What up? 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 What's happening? I appreciate y'all checking me out as always. This one should be relatively quick, man. I just want to talk about the Detroit Pistons going into tomorrow's first game. Well, tomorrow being July what 7th. Summer League game. It'll be played at midnight. If you can be up to catch that one, I will be. All right, got to make sure I check that one out. I got my eye on a few of these young guys for Detroit. I think more important than being able to watch Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duran, more importantly to me personally, are some of these second year, third year guys. We really like to see, we really like to see what we got. A lot of these guys have contract are eligible for contract extensions. And I think is to be real interesting to see what we got in a few of these players. Now, while I'm not, here's the thing, a few of these guys are our starters. So while I'm not with playing our starters for real, because people get hurt, people get injured. Shit happens in the summer league, just like it do regular season, just like it do helping your homeboy move the couch up the stairs and shit, right? Things happen. So that is one of my concerns as far as our starters, guys like Isaiah Stewart playing, guys like Killian Hayes. I would hate for either one of them to have any setbacks, especially Killian Hayes. I think a lot of people don't like Killian Hayes, but I'm personally impressed. I think that Detroit fans should just calm down, relax a little bit. Let's let him develop. It's not like we are in win now mode to where we need him to be doing. We don't need him in his absolute best right now, but we do need to see that he's coming along and that he will be able to fit with the team. Same with a lot of these dudes that's playing. Again, Isaiah Stewart. What's going to happen with him? Is he going to be able to is he going to be able to play power forward? We got a lot of center. We got a lot of centers. Is Isaiah Stewart? I think that's going to be one of the biggest questions. Is he going to be able to play power forward? There was an article in the Athletic. I'm sorry, I can't remember who wrote it. They mentioned Isaiah Stewart's 3-point percentage over like the last 30 games or something like that of the regular season, where he shot like 36% on two attempts per game. Now, I can't remember these numbers exactly off the top of my head. I don't have them written down anywhere, but I do know that 36% is damn good numbers. Now, again, we're talking about over the course of 30 games. I never thought Isaiah Stewart was fit to be a center. He don't have the athleticism. He's got the strength, he got the toughness, but he don't have the size or the athleticism. All right. Either way it go, I do think that there is still space for him on the team. I think that he should be at least a big part of what we got going on going forward. I think that I don't know if he'll ever be able to have make teams fear him from the 3-point line. But listen, if we can come in here and get him knocking down one or two of them per game, if they leave them open, the floor will open up a little bit more for the rest of the players, right? We can provide a little bit of space. And I'm not saying that he's gonna go out there and win a game or snipe you to death, but anybody who can knock down the tray ball at least a 35% field goal 3-point percentage, that's big, man. That's major. And I would say that definitely he's fit to be a power forward in the NBA. I personally have faith. Big beef stew, that's one of my guys. All right. I seen what he do out there. I seen the intensity that he can bring to a team, the toughness, the grit, and I really like it. Another guy that I got my eye on besides Killian Hayes, Isaiah Stewart, I really, really liked I really, really liked Isaiah Livers last season. I really did. I think that his development will be another key. What we have decisions to make after that. All right, we got decisions to make after that for sure. Because another guy is on the roster. I think his name is Braxton Key. Sorry if I said it wrong, but Braxton Key. came more towards the end of the season, but he balled. He did his thing. Now, that's not to say Isaiah Livers didn't. I really like the defensive effort that Isaiah Livers brought. His 3-point, being able to knock down 3-point shots. He's not a guy who get beside himself when you give him the ball. I don't think he's a power forward. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this small ball NBA. I think that your size and your skill set should determine what position you play. I don't necessarily go for the small ball thing. I don't think that Isaiah Livers is a power forward. All right. Well, it really don't matter because that's what he plays sometimes. All right. So I think a player's versatility is more important than anything else. So if he can play the four, that's good. But personally, I would have him as a three. I would have him as a three. Again, it all just depends on who you playing on a nightly basis. Because again, we know that your size is being able to switch across the board and all of these different things. Again, the small ball thing, I don't get off into it, but it's the direction of the league, and it is important to be able to have plug and play pieces. You know, Detroit Pistons, they in a position to where they have size at all positions, to be honest with you. I think they're doing a damn good job over there. They got centers, they got guys who can play power forward or center. They got smalls who can play shooting guard or power forward. Like they have options over there. And I think that's the biggest, I think that's the most important thing. But I have my eye on for sure three players, three players, and not even so much three, but yeah, three players during the summer league for the Detroit Pistons. My three guys to keep an eye on definitely going to be Isaiah Livers, going to be Beef Stew, and it's going to be Killian Hayes. Only because these were starters last season. These were guys who have already been not starters, but key pieces last season. We want to make sure that they can come over and be key pieces going forward. All right. The younger guys that haven't even played in the NBA yet, we'll see with that. We don't really know. Another thing is Sadiq Bey. I'm not really too interested in seeing what Sadiq Bey does in summer league. I think we know exactly who Sadiq Bey is. Honestly, I think he's a guy who can fill it up sporadically. I don't think he ever really he one of those streaky kind of guys. You know what I mean? One day he'll go out here and there, give you 30 points per game. The next he'll give you 13 on very shitty shooting. But that doesn't mean that I don't like Sadiq Bey. I really do. I like Sadiq Bey, but he's just not a guy that I got my eye on in the summer league. I think we know what we're getting out of him. We have to see what we're getting out of other guys. Again, Isaiah Stewart, the Braxton Keys, Isaiah Livers, Killian Hayes. These are the guys that we need to keep our eye on. And I know what I will again come tomorrow night, come tomorrow morning, whatever you want to call it. That will be the Detroit Pistons' first summer league game. I'm looking forward to watching that. I hope y'all check it out too. And I hope that our guys look like them G's because I really, really, really want us to make it to the playoffs next season. And we have a possibility, man. There's teams dropping out of the East. There's teams coming up in the East. I don't think that the Hornets will be a playoff team or a play-in team. We don't know what the fuck is going to happen with the Brooklyn Nets. The Chicago Bulls, they look strong during the regular season, but they haven't done anything besides bring back Zach LaVine. And that's a very questionable decision right there. All in all, though, I think, and maybe I'll talk about it later. I looked at the Detroit Pistons defensive numbers last season. They really have something to build on. I don't think they're as out of the picture as people might assume that they are. So I don't know. We'll keep our eye on that. I hope y'all keep our eye on it too, man. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.